What is up, guys? It is your boy B7 Chacalon, and today's video I'm going to be telling you why you should get a PC over a Mac. Now, I am a Mac user as of right now, but I'm going to eventually be a PC user. I'm going to tell you guys my experience, of course, and why you should get a PC over a Mac. But it really depends on what you're going to do with the computer. So it depends. So for example, this is for me, all right? I edit videos and I also game sometimes on the PC, but not really like games like Grand Theft Auto or like big titles, heavy games. I usually just play on like on PS2 emulators like Dragon Ball and GTA, small games for the PS4, for the PS2 and stuff like that. So I don't really, I'm not really a PC gamer at all. But I do edit videos and I record them, so that's why a PC is a better choice for instead of getting a Mac. So I have a laptop, I have a Mac, and the Mac that I have is not made for gaming. It's not made for like playing games. It's just made to used to go into the internet and do some photo editing maybe, and maybe videos too. But even when I'm editing and rendering my video, like it feels like the Mac, it's just, it struggles a little bit. Like the heat, like the fan always goes on, because it's trying really hard to render the video, like really hard to render the video. And when you have a desktop computer like a PC, right? I'm not talking about like PC laptops, I'm talking about like desktops. So it is great for like gaming desktop computers and also for editing. And in my case, I do edit videos, so I don't want to deal with like my fan going off and struggling, and because it's really annoying. So but if you have a desktop, a PC, a pre-built PC, or a pretty good decent PC that you could also game some games, it's just going to be great for editing. But it also depends on what you're going to do with the computer, and here's like in my case, a desktop computer that with good specs, in my opinion, is better for me instead of using a Apple computer. Apple are expensive, and their specs are not really that great. And for example, I have a MacBook Air, right? And the specs are great, not really that it's not really the best. You can actually you could edit videos and stuff like that, and do everything, but it's not made for gaming, and it struggles if you're gonna be playing games on this. But when you have a desktop computer with good specs, good processors and good graphics card and enough memory, then you're all set. You can literally do everything. You can edit videos, for however long you want, for like, because usually I make videos for like 6 minutes or sometimes 10. But if I want to make over 20 minutes videos, my MacBook Air is going to struggle. Like it's just going to struggling. I don't like that. Sometimes I feel like the computer is gonna blow up. And yeah, so a desktop computer is way better. Like I said, it depends on what you're gonna do. If you're the type of person who literally don't you don't play games, you don't you don't edit videos, then if you're if you're not gonna do any of the stuff, then you don't really need a desktop computer, like a really good desktop computer, you know. Or maybe you can get a laptop, but I will suggest you to get a desktop computer instead of laptop if you're not going to work outside or something. If you don't need if you don't really need a flexible computer, which is a laptop. And a desktop, of course, is used for homework, used to literally do everything you want at home in your desk. And that's what I'm doing right now, and I cannot be doing that with a laptop computer, and a laptop that struggles, even though it has a good specs that literally can run video editing, anything, Photoshop and stuff like that. Not games, not big games, but still, I mean, it just struggles, and it's because it's not made for it. And yeah, a desktop computer is for those people who edit and do a lot of things on it. So yeah, I mean, this is not me saying that desktop computers or PCs are better than Mac. It just really depends. It really depends. So if you're going to college, a desktop computer, it's not really the best for you, because you have to take your computer, or I don't know. But with the laptop, you can just take it to school or anything, anywhere pretty much, and you can just literally do your work. But with the desktop computer, it's different. You cannot take it, or you cannot take it out anywhere, and it's used for it's just made for other things, And yeah, that's why desktop computers, in my opinion, are better, for me, because the things that I do. And I know a lot of people don't do what I do, so a laptop or a decent budget computer is pretty much okay. You don't really have to get a really expensive computer, unless if you're gonna be gaming on that computer or doing a lot of things. But if you're just going to play music and do some simple task, then you don't really need a really expensive computer. And also, a expensive computer can last you a long time, because the specs and the processor, the memory, the graphics card, everything is just gonna last you for a while. So yeah, guys, that was it for the video. Of course, this is my opinion, because this is the things that I do. It's not really what everyone does. So yeah, guys, that was it. Peace.